I am here with Paul Hughes, a new Cage Warriors featherweight world champion. Paul, you wanted redemption. You definitely got it, but I feel it was a bit hard for you to celebrate after watching Jordan like that.
Yeah, it was. Not gonna lie. It was, because
No, I get it.
it's
It's quite the journey you shared.
it is it's a long journey, and there's I feel like I relate to that man more than 99.9% of people on this planet. And I know he's got a young family, and he's just trying to make it in this game like I am. And if the roles were reversed tonight, I mean, I seen his coaches and how heartbroken they were, and I just know if the roles were reversed, how that would be for my team, because they're just like family to me as well. So it's the fight game, unfortunately, and I just wish there was someone else, that I had to take it away from, because so I don't mean this interview. I'm just being real. I love the guy, you know what I mean, and I think people know that at this point. Is competition's competition, but I love that. I love Jordan Vucenic because he's just like Paul Hughes.
Well, I think he knows, and I think you probably have a friend for life now. It's crazy how this crazy sport can really bring people together and form such a strong bond, right?
Yeah.
And I know the notion of interim title didn't really mean much to you. You felt you were the legitimate champion. Does it have do you have any different emotions attached to that belt now? Like now that you've validated what you felt for the rest of the world to see?
Honestly, I felt like when I first won the interim belt, I was the champ. Like in my eyes, I was the champ, and that was it. And if I'm being truthful, when March happened and I got the neck injury the week of the fight, Jordan went and he fought and he won again. From that point, I seen Jordan as the champ, and that's just me being honest. If I felt like I was still the champ, I would have said it. I honestly do try to be as real as possible in this game, and I felt like I was fighting for his belt tonight, and essentially I was. And now I've won the fight. I don't even have the belt. That doesn't mean as much to me right now. Getting the win was the most important thing, and getting that UFC contract, and I have to get the UFC contract now. I mean, Cage Warriors completed it,
And that seems like a question that gets thrown in a lot, obviously, but this was the biggest rematch of Cage Warriors history. How much pressure came with it?
I think this is the biggest fight in Cage Warriors history. I know they're branding it as that because they don't want to disrespect anyone else, but I think that everybody knows this was the biggest fight in Cage Warriors history because it did have it all. The storyline, the common opponents, the fight that was so close, the sold out arenas, it had everything. It truly did. And you had the two best featherweights in all of Europe, two guys that probably should be in the UFC right now that are unbelievably high level, and we were blessed to have the opportunity to still do it on Cage Warriors on this platform. And yeah.
Paul, we all know you are incredibly skilled. You put in the work and some, but I really feel your indestructible mindset is really what sets you apart from others. Do you agree? I
would agree. And do you know what? It's been a crazy year for me, Edith. It's been a really crazy year. The neck injury in March really, really hurt me. It really hurt me. Physically, of course, but mentally it really hurt me. It was a serious injury. And the fact that people were throwing dirt on my name, people doubted me. People threw dirt on my name this year. Oh, he faked an injury. Paul Hughes faked an injury. Did you see me out there tonight?
And it wasn't the first injury, and you always come back stronger.
Throwing dirt on my name. You never throw dirt on a competitor like me's name. And I've had a really tough year. I'm not gonna lie. This has been the most trying time of my career. But it's adversity what makes you. And I'm not gonna lie. This was the most nervous and most fear I've ever had for a fight. I was fucking shitting myself, and I'm not gonna lie. But everybody feels fear. Every man feels fear. But it's how you deal with it is what separates you.
Well, so much was on the line, right? I mean,
there really was. Everything was on the line, Edith, and this is why I think it was the biggest fight, because that's why I feel so bad, because there's a few fights to get back for Jordan now, but that would have been me too, and I've no doubt he's gonna smoke anybody, and he's gonna get there too. But like, it's a long enough journey back, like, and we like in this game MMA. Unfortunately, we don't make much money. And that just goes from the bottom of MMA to the top of MMA. Unfortunately, there's not that much money in the sport, and people don't understand that. We're scraping by. We're truly scraping by in this game. And to make that harder for a man with a young family is fucked up. It's fucked up. But the fight game is not. It's not an easy game, and that's just what it is. And I fight for family too, and yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, we love your big heart, and as much as I love doing these interviews with you, I'm really hoping in the nicest way possible this is the last time, because I really do hope you end up in the UFC. I know that's where you belong, so
thank you, Edith. It's been a long road. It's funny. I remember your first interviews back in the day. You've fairly come up yourself. You're doing really well yourself. So, yeah,